Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Shirley Strawberry of the Steve Harvey Morning Show has gone from to
I'm ready to sign them papers.
she's probably had one of the most traumatic Hollywood breakups I've ever seen, just for the simple fact that it's playing out right before our very own eyes with no cameras and no reality show crew in sight. Now, Shirley married Earnest Williams on his 50th birthday, January 9, 2015, and since then, Earnest has had multiple arrests, allegedly multiple mistresses, and in his lifetime, allegedly 4 other wives, 5 including Shirley. And some of them, according to court docs, were still married to him when he married Shirley. Now Earnest is facing multiple charges that could possibly land him in prison for a long time. Shirley has lost homes, a car. She spent tens of thousands on Earnest's lawyers, only to find out that his friend / late night lover, Miss Sonya, was running the show, warning the lawyers not to even speak to Shirley. Shirley has officially called it quits and lawyered up right before Nesto's big indictment. In the words of Miss Shirley Strawberry herself,
I'm just too caught up in all of this jail stuff, and it's just not me, and I'm sick of it. That's it. That's all I can tell you.
Now, we are going to get into this story and so much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now, let's get back into it. So last year, we were reporting on Shirley and Nesto left and right. We went down Pine Grove Road and found the rental property that was right next to Erica Hughley Rothschild Jenkins Jones Johnson's house. Y'all know that lady had a lot of aliases, but she went by Erica King Hughley Rothschild most of the time. The first wife, Edith, hit me up and was like,
Excuse me. I got something to tell y'all real quick. Come on. That's my motherfucking man. Yeah. Do you hear me? That's my motherfucking man. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah.
Well, she didn't say it that way, but she was like, pretty much, they're still married. They never got divorced, and Shirley is no longer his wife, and the other wives really didn't count either because that's her husband. We went over numerous evictions that they had. So much has just transpired since this marriage happened. And honestly, I stepped away from this case a couple of months ago because there was information that I was privy to that the public was not privy to. I actually remember telling you this 7 months ago. I advised you in a previous video that 2 of Earnest's children were victims of his that he's now no longer able to be within 200 feet of. And I advised you that 1 was male and 1 was female. However, both of them are daughters of his. The details that I was told about this situation is enough to make your stomach turn. I'm not gonna put it out yet, but I guarantee you it's gonna come out in this trial. So a lot of people were in the comments and they was like, if you're not gonna tell it all, don't give us any hints. I said, okay, cool. I'ma let it ride. Y'all go find out on your own. And then last month, that's when it came out. So not long after I posted said video, an investigator that said he's working with Ernesto's public defender contacted me via email. So if you know, my email got hacked a couple of months ago, but in the subject line, it was like, help, Ernesto. So in the body of the email, he knew my first name, and I was like, hold on, who is this? So I end up calling him. He's like, yeah, I saw where you went to the police department to try to get some information on Ernesto, and that's how I got your name. And I just want to know, what do you know? Because you had some kind of video out saying that you knew something that nobody else knew about Ernesto. So what is it? I was like, am I on trial here? He was like, do you live in the Atlanta area? Because we could possibly subpoena you and you could take the stand for knowing information on the case. I was like, y'all want me on the prosecution side or you want me on the defense side? Because if you want me on the defense side, you must not be trying to win, huh? Either way, I told him he could link up with my attorney. I ain't heard from him since. Needless to say, with that scare tactic that you tried to play on me, I have one thing to say.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
Now that we've got out all the housekeeping, if we gotten reacquainted with each other since the last time we spoke about the case, let's talk about what you all are here for. Shirley Strawberry and her divorce documents.
I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. Divorce proceedings are underway.
So that was September 11th, 2023, and that's when she got on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, and she issued the apology to Steve for the conversation that she had with Nesto, talking about Steve going up the stairs, being winded, Marjorie not letting him in the house, all of that type of stuff. So again, that was on September 11th, and on that date, she said divorce proceedings are already underway. So we were all looking online trying to see, like, girl, did you really file it? And it seems like nothing appeared. But on September 20th and filed on September 21st, 2021, she filed an amended automatic domestic standing order. Any cases that go through the family division of the Superior Court of Fulton County have to file the automatic domestic standing order. We've spoken about this order in different cases that we've talked about before on this channel. They both have to fill out the domestic intake worksheet. They can't vilify one another. Don't turn off the gas or the electricity. Don't sell any property. Pretty much everything's status quo until we get through with the divorce. So needless to say, the judge ordered this on September 20th, 2023. So when she made that statement on the 11th, she definitely was telling the truth. It was underway. So September was so many months ago. I'm just like, what made Shirley wait until April to actually file the complaint for the divorce? Let's look at this complaint. So this complaint is dated April 17th, 2024. It's a complaint for divorce and other relief, and this is Shirley Strawberry being the petitioner and Earnest L. Williams Jr. being the respondent. Comes now Shirley Strawberry, petitioner, and files this, her complaint for divorce and other relief against Earnest L. Williams Jr. respondent, and shows this court as follows. Petitioner is a resident of Fulton County, Georgia, and has been a resident of the state of Georgia for at least 6 months immediately prior to filing this action. Respondent is currently incarcerated in Cobb County, Georgia. Service will be perfected in accordance with Georgia law. Jurisdiction and venue are proper in this court. Petitioner and respondent were lawfully married on January 9, 2015 in Atlanta, Georgia. And honestly, the marriage is kind of up for debate because he was married to Edith in 1985, and according to Edith, they never got a divorce. He married Martha in 2001, and they didn't get a divorce until 2021. However, he married Shirley in 2015, so wouldn't that kind of make Shirley's marriage null and void? Now, I'm sure by now Shirley does know that her husband was married to at least one other woman during their marriage, and because of that, she could have filed for an annulment, but she did not. Now, this goes on to say in many states such as Georgia, being in a bigamous marriage is a ground legal basis for annulment. In an annulment action, the court could decide issues such as alimony, spousal support, child support, custody, visitation, parental time, and division of property. Now, here's the kicker that could have gotten her. Note that to obtain any of this relief, you will normally have to show that you married in good faith. That is, you didn't know your partner was still married. I don't know why Shirley took the long route, but let's see how it goes. Now, the complaint goes on to say that the parties separated on or about March 2022 and have lived in a bona fide state of separation since that time. And a bona fide separation in the state of Georgia means that the spouses were not sleeping together. So the last time they did the do, allegedly according to this, would have been March 2022. Now, of course, we know there's no minor children and Shirley is not possibly pregnant by Nesto. Petitioner is entitled to a divorce from respondent on the grounds that the marriage is irretrievably broken and there are no prospects for reconciliation of the parties, and it is being in the best interest of all parties concerned that this marriage is terminated by divorce. Petitioner is entitled to a total divorce. That is a divorce of vernacular matrimony in terms of law from respondent. Petitioner shows that other grounds for divorce may be present in this matter and reserves her right to add additional grounds for divorce as permitted by law. In other words, between the phone calls and the different women that have come forward saying that they've actually been with her man since she's been married to her man, Shirley got enough proof to end this marriage before Ernesto could be like, wow, what? You know why? Because they call him nasty.
They say you're nasty.
Shirley lives in Fulton County, Georgia, and she requests that she continue to have exclusive use and possession of her own residence. The parties have no joint marital assets or debts which are subject to equitable division, and each of them need to be responsible for their own personal debts. Shirley signed this on April 12th, so something between September and April made Shirley say, you know what, let me go ahead and get out of it. And like I said, he's going before the grand jury very soon. Maybe Shirley just wanted to go ahead and disassociate herself with him altogether. And from what I can see, Shirley seems to be living in a condo, living a lavish lifestyle once again, doing what Shirley does best. And I guess her life without Nesto for these 2 years have taught her how to do a lot of things on her own that she wasn't able to do before. So Maybe Shirley really is done. I feel like between the charges, hearing all the stories about the women, and then having to constantly hear about this woman being in love with your man and the different things they've done, I probably would have been done a long time ago, Shirley. I'm glad you held out for as long as you did, because I don't think I could have did it, sister. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on with Shirley, Nesto, and Shirley officially filing for divorce? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new episodes.